Hi. If you're watching this, it's because you want more from men. A lot of us women do. We have a common complaint. The complaint is that men do not make us a priority. You ever have the experience where it feels like you just want a man to wake up and be present and be with you, and it doesn't matter what you say or what you do, they just don't seem to get it? Well, that's what I'm going to be talking with you about today. I'm going to talk about 3 ways in which we contribute to this breakdown in our relationships where we just are perpetually dissatisfied, where we want more. And it's no wonder we want more. We want to be cherished. We want to be loved. We want to be known. We want a man to step all the way into us so we can feel connected. We want to feel like we're the priority. We're number one. When we walk into a room, we want our man to be like, "Oh, there she is." I know that's what I want. But we don't feel that way. It seems like our men are busy watching television, they're doing projects, they're busy doing something. They're unemotional, they're vague, they're unavailable. They seem dense, like they just can't get what we want. So I'm going to tell you here in this video 3 things you just got to know that are going to absolutely blow your mind, that contribute to this experience of us feeling like we are not getting what we want in a relationship. Okay, here's number 1. So the first thing we do is we take things personally every day that are not personal. All right, so what do I mean by that? Well, one of the things that we don't realize is we move in our relationships with men like they're like us. We kind of think they're like muscular, hairy women and that they're insensitive and unaware, unawake. We think they should be like women, and they're not. Let me tell you a couple of examples. These are a couple of things that when I found out about them, I was like, oh my God, no wonder. For example, did you know that women speak on average 7,000 words and gestures a day? 7,000, that's how much we talk and communicate with our body. Do you know how much men communicate in a day? 2,000, and that's including gestures. They don't even use that many words. So no wonder it looks like we're nagging and talking all the time, and they're not saying anything. That's an example of where we take something personally. We're hanging out with our man. He doesn't talk to us. We think he's withholding. We think he's not telling us what he really feels and what he really thinks, because that's what we would be doing if we were only talking 2,000 words a day. So we take this whole thing personally about men are not communicating with us and they're not sharing with us their feelings. And it's not because they're withholding or not telling us. They just don't talk because their brains are different. They're actually biologically wired to not talk much. And I'm going to explain all of that more to you here in a little bit, but I want to just get these couple little points out because I just remember when I heard those, I was like, no wonder. Here, let me tell you another one. Men don't see the same way we do. We are biologically wired to actually see more around all the edges. Men have more of a tunnel focus. Their brains are wired to not notice the subtleties in relationship. So if you and I were talking with each other, for example, right, 2 women with each other, if you made a face like, I would catch that right away and I'd be like, well, what's up? What are you feeling? What are you experiencing? Men are biologically structured in such a way that they don't notice those subtle clues. And so we think they're ignoring us. We think they're deliberately not paying attention to some communication that we've got going on, right? And it's not necessarily true. We take it personally when they don't pick up on our nonverbal cues. And it's not that they're ignoring us or not paying attention to us. It's that they don't actually even see it. That's why they can't find the butter in the refrigerator when it's right in front of their face. So that's another way where we take something personal that isn't really personal. They're actually different than us. Okay, here's another one. When men are at rest, they actually did this research, right? They did this study and they looked at men's brains when men are at rest. When they're at rest, did you know that 70% of their brain shuts off? When a woman is at rest, 90% of our brain is still active. No wonder men look like they're shut down. No wonder it looks like they can only focus in on one thing at a time and not pay attention to us when they're resting, because their brain is literally shut off. That's another thing we take very personal that isn't personal. Another thing is that men's brains are wired where they can only focus in on one thing at a time. Now I'll tell you, this is really big, right? Because we can focus in on 10 things at once, right? We can talk on the phone, do our nails, make dinner, deal with the kids. We can do so many things at the same time. We assume men can also do many things at the same time. We think they can read the newspaper and watch television and listen to us at the same time, because we can do that. And when they don't answer us, again, we take it personally and think they're ignoring us and they're not paying attention to us and we're not a priority, when really their brains just can't focus in on two things at the same time. They can't ignore us and watch television at the same time. We can do that. They can't do that. So this is just one. So those are all little examples. There's tons and tons and tons more, I tell you. Those are just a few I'm going to tell you right now about where men and women are different and where we take things personally that really aren't personal. So here's the second thing that contributes to us feeling like we just want more from men. And that is that we criticize and judge them. Right? When they are not how we expect them to be. Right? When we take all these things personal that aren't really personal, then what we do to try to correct things is we go in and we judge and criticize them. Hello? Anybody home? Didn't you hear what I said? Didn't you see that I had something going on with me? We criticize and judge them when they don't do what we expect. So why we criticize and judge is because we think that's going to make a difference. Because it would make a difference for us if somebody said they didn't like something, right? When somebody says that to us, we take it in, we sit with it, we look at how we can improve things. What a man does with our criticism and judgment is he shuts down. He does not know what to do with that. And he actually goes away. So our whole intention in saying it in the first place is try to get them to show up more, and they show up less. All right, so here's the third thing we do to keep ourselves wanting more in relationship. And that is that we assume men know what we want and they know how to give it to us. When we have that expectation, we set ourselves up to failure. Because I'm going to tell you a secret, men don't know what we want. They have no idea. They are just as baffled by us as we are baffled by them. And what they do in response to not knowing what the heck we want is they shut down and avoid and go away. Men want to be in situations where they can win, and when they feel like they can't, they go away. And that has us want more, which has us criticize more, which has us expect more, which has them go away more. Can you get the problem? Now, these are just 3 things we do that contributes to us wanting more in relationship, right? It keeps us pushing men away without us realizing it, and keeps us not happy and satisfied, ecstatic in our relationships. So you can kind of see the problem here, yeah? Well, I'm going to do another video here for you. It's going to come out in a couple of days, and in this next video, I'm going to talk about 3 things you can do to feel way more satisfied in your relationships, where you can actually get more of what you want in your relationship. So instead of pushing your man away inadvertently without realizing it and help setting up this whole downward spiral, I'm going to show you what you can do to flip that around. So stay tuned. Keep your eye on your inbox for this next video where I'm going to talk about 3 things you can do to turn this around. Blessings.